All right. Hello, 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 all. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And thank you for joining us today. It is another fun, exciting Wednesday here in cyberspace. And we do appreciate you taking the time out to join us live. And if you are listening to this later on, that's fine as well. We welcome you to add your comments in this video as well. I am your host with the most, Kelvin Patrick, Swivl Ambassador here, and to talk to you all things Swivl. But today we're going to be focusing on a very interesting and unique Swivl strategy. But before we get to that, I have my partners in crime, Oksana and Vince, joining me today as always.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and see how they're doing. How's it going, guys?
Oh, it's going pretty well, busy and active. Thank you, Calvin.
Yeah,
Excellent, excellent.
yeah, same here. Pretty busy, getting ready for. We've been planning a lot for our next conference coming up in another month or so. So yeah, ISTE. So if anyone's going to be there that's watching, we'd like to see you there as well. So yeah, that's what we've been busy doing, Kelvin. So
Oh yeah, definitely getting ready for ISTE. That's going to be
mm,
a fun conference. A lot of things are going to happen there. We've been prepping for that for a while now, so super excited. I know summer is just around the corner for a lot of you out there. This is your last month. Some of you are like, wait, last month? You guys must be from the South. I know up here in the North, we still got to get through June before we can call it quits. So don't worry, I've been there as well, so I've got to see
yeah,
kind of both gamuts in the south
it's
and
been
in the
summer for a month already here. So,
right. So with that being said, the main reason that obviously you all are here, not to listen to us talk about the end of the school year and excited for the summer, right? Today is May 4th, also known as May the 4th be with you. So happy Star Wars Day. We're here to talk about everything Star Wars related. Oh, wait, no. I've just heard that
we're gonna have to
that's
stop
not
you
what
there,
we're here to
Kelvin.
talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Okay,
that's
sorry
the next
about
show. That's the
that.
next show.
Different show, different show.
Yeah. So one after
We are
this.
here to talk about the Swivl Strategy Virtual Speed Rounds. Now, you may be thinking, virtual speed rounds, what is
Mhm.
that? I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm sure you do. And as always, before we get into that, as to what that exactly is and how to do that, we're going to again kick off with our related topic of teacher collaboration, because that's all virtual speed rounds is teacher collaboration, right? And when I think of teacher collaboration, there's so many things that do come to mind, but the best thing that I love about it is obviously everyone getting together to share their ideas. I'm very quick to let people know I'm not perfect. I definitely don't have all the answers, and I would not have been able to make it through my classroom educational career without the support of many, many, many others. I've needed that shoulder to cry on, to get that support. Like, your students are doing so well in this subject. How are you doing? Teach me, let me learn. And that's that sponge. And it's also very flattering when I have people come to me similarly. That's like, hey, your students are on point in this area. How are you doing that? So again, it's really nice because we don't have all the answer. Just being able to come together as that learning community and share those ideas and learn and grow from each other, I think has been huge. And again, made my teaching career so much better for it. So, Oksana, Vince, what about you all? What's kind of your experience and what's the benefit did you see when you were both still in the classroom with teacher collaboration?
Yeah. Well, teacher collaboration was. I mean, it was two things. Like, especially if you had a really good partner or someone across the hall or something like that.
Mhm.
Uh, they not only collaborated you with professionally, but also like personally too. So I think that was super important for me, especially because as a teacher, you have some stress or some second guesses about your lesson, or maybe you're not sure that like how to handle a student, like collaborating with that teacher, you can bounce off ideas. I think that was probably the most important thing. Like after school, just kind of chatting about things or lesson planning time. I think it's extremely important, and you could even do that with admin too. So it doesn't necessarily have to be with just teachers. It could be like with your admin or whatever as a peer, right? So, but yeah, Oksana, do you have anything?
Yes, I agree that teachers' collaboration, it's a great place to exchange ideas, to exchange sources, resources, to gain some kind of energy of others when you feel some kind of burnout. And this is a place of inspiration, asking for advice, asking for new ideas, and of course of support. So it doesn't mean that someone explains or describes the new activity they have implemented in the class and you're saying, okay, I'm going to copy it in my class as well. It could happen, yeah, but there could be one keyword, there could be one little idea that you could catch while the other teacher is describing something, and you will have some other ideas, some other thoughts how it can be implemented in your real class, and this word will be enough. And in such a case, even the whole meeting was not in vain because you managed to gain something for yourself as well.
Excellent. Well said, Oksana. Thank you for that. And again, collaboration has so many benefits. I mean, and again, at the end of the day, I always say, anything that's going to make you a better teacher for the students that you're serving and working with on a daily basis. I mean, why not? There should be no reason not to do that. So again,
Sure.
I always felt for me, each day go into this, try to make myself better than the day before. So having that mindset served me well while I was in the classroom, and still serves me well in this phase of my life also. So again, just love that, love those shares. And now we're going to move on and kind of shift gears. So, okay, we kind of talked about the benefits and our experiences of that uh, as well. And let's go ahead and see what that actually looks like. So we can talk about the how. How do we get there? And while I'm doing that, before we actually get to that article, I'm going to show you a little bit about our Educator Hub. This can be found on our website. We also have a link that we're dropping on our social media pages right now as
Yep.
well, if you
Dropping
wanted to
now.
join in. But if you're going to be watching this video later, it's going to be in the description of the video, so you'll be able to get to this. Again, this is just found on our regular Swivl page, but it's just /educator dash hub. And on here, lots of different things. You can actually go to our YouTube channel and watch how-to videos. But we do have some drop-down menus, so if you didn't want to just scroll through and see everything that was on here, you can look and just see what type of information you want to look for. Do you want to look from our blog articles? Do you want to look for case studies? If you're just new to Swivl and want to look at those startup strategies. If you want to see some of our webinars, or in this case, our Swivl strategies that are going to be on various different things. And so if you click on that, you see here, Swivl strategies. This is going to be all the different Swivl strategies that we have done so far. We're adding new ones each and every month as well. So what you see here is just the tip of the iceberg. We have lots and lots of things coming down the pipe. You can
Kelvin, could I
also
interrupt you for 1 second? We've got the article right now on our Help Center, which describes how to use Educator Hub. So in case you have forgotten what you can find there, what you can find there, or what to do with all those things, what is described here, you could go, thank you so much, to our Help Center, and there is a special article which will lead you here with all the step-by-step instructions.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Oksana. See, I learned something new today.
Oh
I
yeah,
know we
a
were
good
working on it, but I
collaboration.
didn't know it was done. So that I love that. Excellent. Here, this drop-down menu, you can just go through the different products that we have for Swivl just to make that searching a little bit easier as well. So once you have that, you just click on the article that you want to, or the strategy you want to learn a little bit more about. And in this case, it is going to be our virtual instructional speed rounds. Now, what we wanted to make sure that we did, because again, at the end of the day, we know teachers' time is limited; it is not finite, and we also like things to be very concise. So we want make this to be one pagers. So again, now you may be thinking, well, you just said it's a one pager, Kelvin. How come I see 3 pages there? Well, the overall information is always going to be on one page. However, for some of our strategies, we do have either like planning grids or flashcards or things, those supporting documents that will go with any strategies. So you're not having to reinvent the wheel, for example. You just have everything there. But the gist of what you'll need to do will always be on that one page. So obviously, I'm not going to read this word for word here because that's kind of redundant. Why would I do that? You have that information. I'm just going to give you kind of the gist of what this article is, and it relates back to what we were saying earlier about teacher collaboration. So you get with those collaborative groups and you're learning from each other. In this case, you're still going to be doing that, but you're actually going to be recording videos. So you're going to be recording those videos with your Swivl robot and sharing them either directly to another individual or to your group, the teachers that you are collaborating with. So if you're someone that has excellent classroom management, you've been told that and you've been asked to, how do you do it? Well, you can record yourself doing a video on classroom management and share that to the group. If you are someone that implements Kagan strategies and you know them all like the back of your hand, like that, you record a video doing that. So let those teachers be able to see that. If you are always being commended on your questioning, making sure you are getting to the heart of the issue and you have those higher level questioning skills, record yourself a video doing that and share that to the group. So again, those best practices, those are the things that we're going to be looking for. And again, you're sharing that within your PLC, maybe your co-teacher you're partnering with, and your neighbors, or the school at large. Okay. Again, the sky's not even the limit on this, as I always like to say. So you're going to share those videos, artifacts within the group. And this is where that collaboration piece really kicks it into high gear. So when you share the video, then you're sharing a video with me, for example. I look at the video, I can add comments to that video. Like, oh, this is great. This gets me thinking about this. Or if I have questions, it's like, okay, this is really great. How long did it take you to get your students like this? What would you suggest as far as starting with those? What question stems or starters do you use, or how did you get to this point? And you can then see those comments on the other end. So if Oksana sent me that video, she would see those comments that I've made on her video, and she could respond back and forth as well. Okay. Again, at the end of the day, it's going to make it makes it so much easier, and also helps to save that time because, we as educators, our days are typically not what we like to call normal. The unknown and the abnormal is what makes things normal in our sphere. And
Yeah.
time is always of the essence, right? So, it's definitely going to help out with that aspect of it. So that's, again, the virtual speed rounds. The supporting documents is just feedback planning grid. So you can put here the participating teachers and who observe. So let's say you have all the teachers in your cohort. You're going to be sharing videos to this. And you want to make sure that, hey, at least 1 to 3 people observe that video and comment on it and get that feedback, so you're all growing and learning together. So we have that grid here for you. You don't have to do that yourself. Also, again, a reflection sheet. So as you're watching this, and again, I've known so many teachers, and I still do, that like to write things down versus typing them out. So this is just again a reflection worksheet. If you're that individual, like that's great. I know I'll type it and everything, but I like to have for my own personal notes and use, because I keep everything in a binder. I have like binders all over my wall, Kelvin, and I know which one. I get it. We have a sheet for you as well. So this is going to be that reflection sheet here that you would be able to use. Again, this is just suggested things, just like with any support materials. You are more than welcome to use it. But if you have something like, ooh, I like this, I'm going to take this idea and modify it a little bit, that's fine as well. I know I've done that many of times, and I'm sure Vince, Oksana have done that.
Oh yeah.
I know you all have done that as well. You're like, oh, I like this, but it would work a little bit better for me if I did blank as well.
Yeah, and even Kelvin, like you could, since those are downloadable, if you have a PDF editor or something like that, you could just edit, and maybe if you want to have fewer columns there, or maybe you only have 2 observers, you can just take them out. It's really up to you. So we want to make it as convenient as possible, give you as many options as you can, and then you can pick and choose what you want to use. So
excellent. Yes, thanks for that, Vince. That's a very good point about the PDF editor. So again, ease of use. We're all about that here at Swivl. So that's going to be the how we go about doing this, and exactly what the virtual instructional speed rounds is. I know, again, every time I still hear it myself, I think virtual speed rounds, oh man, what game are we playing, right? But again, the reason why the speed rounds come into play is because it's multiple people that are going to be sharing these videos. So within your group, your cohort is what we're kind of looking for. It's not going to just be that one person that's going to be doing the sharing of this. So again, that's kind of where that comes from. And of course, as educators, we like to jazz things up a bit and make them sound really cool. And this is a cool idea, but I think the virtual instructional speed rounds takes it up even another notch or two. Just, my own personal opinion there. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen real quick. And then we'll move on to that our second question. So what are some of those takeaways with this Swivl strategy here? So what are the things that are you thinking about that, I would love to try this with blank, or do this, or this is pretty simple or easy. So while we're waiting for some questions to come in here, Vince, Oksana, if you'd like to start off there, allow me a chance to drink some water real quick.
Sure, I could start. So, what I loved in your speech, Calvin, right now is the word game. I think is the key word how to refer to all these activities. It's not. It is not done for the purpose to find some flaws in somebody's work. It is not done to criticize somebody's work. It is done to inspire each other, to help each other, to gain something new for yourself. And what I love about this activity, that it enables you to focus on one particular skill. So not just to get the general impression of how the teacher is behaving during the class, or presenting a new topic, or doing some kind of quiz in the class. Yeah, you could each time you could concentrate on one particular skill, and improve each other and make it better each time. And all those things that you have described, like setting intention, leaving comments, making summary, it seems to me it helps a lot to structurize and to systematize all professional development things. So we understand why we are doing this. We understand what we are getting at the end of all this activity, and what will be our further steps. So this is some kind of my thoughts about this.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Oksana.
yeah, and for me, just really simply, I think it's a very efficient way to get views and see other people in action, instead of just seeing like, oh, I have one coach coming in a month, or I only get to see 2 or 3 people maybe a semester, right? Because we're busy, right? So if you can somehow pull this off, you will be able to see a lot of different types of teaching going on. You'll be able to practice trial and error with the software, with learning how to record videos. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with this. So I think it's just an efficient way to get practice, basically. So.
Excellent, excellent. Yes, well said. I have lots of thoughts on this, but two that really stick out to me. Again, alluding to what you both said, Oksana and Vince, is one. First, it's going to be that time. There's never enough time in the day,
Right.
and I always enjoy our PLCs when we had them, or our get-togethers and whatnot. But I will say that the first 5, maybe 10 minutes, sometimes even longer, 15 minutes, we're talking and catching up and kind of just decompressing and socializing, which isn't a bad thing, because we all need that. And before we get to the heart of like, okay, I guess we should probably move on and actually get some work done here, right? We all know that's usually how things go, right? This does to help save time, because when you're doing this, you're going to be more than likely by yourself. So you're able to watch it on your own time at your own schedule and post those comments, and then look at those replies the same way. So again, the time factor cannot be overlooked here. It is going to be very invaluable.
100%. 100%.
And then the second thing,
you can watch it again.
I would like to say, probably
for the next academic year, to show new teachers, newcomers to school.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, yeah, definitely. For those new teachers and everything that's coming in, that works out well. And then one final thought on this too is, and I would say, I think we can all agree on this as well. I know we've been in those meetings, where those PDs or whatnot, where we're being shown a new skill or strategy or whatnot. And they show us videos of teachers doing blank in their classroom. And it's someone in the state that is like, I've never been in that state, that school. I don't know. Like, this can't be the first time they're doing this. Obviously, it's someone that we don't know. And it's like, well, how did they get there? And we have all these questions that we want to ask, and that we do ask the presenter. But the presenter, I'm like, I don't know. I just was told to play this video. So, but these are going to be people that are actually in the same building you're in. These are going to be teachers that so you can ask those questions, and more importantly, you can get answers to those questions that you're asking.
Or figure them out there.
Like, oh man, how long did it take your class to get there? I'm wondering. I don't think this is going to work. I know the students in probably that school over there, they're different. And what I know, these are the same students that you have in your school. You're all dealing with at the same time. So you can get all of that, I guess, that bias that you might have out there, because you're all in the same boat. So that's something that I would say is very invaluable to this as well. So with that being said, I guess we are just about at time here.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and do our wrap up here. And then that leaves me time to ask one final question at the end, which I like. So prepare yourselves, everyone. So with that being said, if for more help with our Swivl products, you're more than welcome to visit us at swivl.com/setup. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow for our weekly Q&A session, where you can bring Swivl questions, ask us anything on our Swivl products, and we'll be more than happy to help you out with that. Again, that meets every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can register at swivl.com/events.
By the way, speaking of, we also have an event tomorrow. We have a webinar. So we have a webinar, and it's going to be about using Swivl out in the field. So we have a couple of presenters that are using it like outdoors. So if you're wondering about how to use Swivl, Swivl Robot, and specifically Swivl Robot outdoors or in kind of unique situations, check out our webinar that we have. I will post a link in the description of this video, and I'll put it in the chat right now. So if you're interested in that, actually, I think it will be on swivl.com/events if you want to check that out as well. But we should have a link there too. So
Yeah, it would definitely be there. And
Yeah.
thanks for mentioning that, Vince. Yes, I'd love that because people get kind of bogged down like, oh, I can only use Swivl inside of a building or
Yeah.
inside my classroom. That is not the case. I've seen some very unique places where the Swivl have been used. So please join us if you're able to. You're going to definitely enjoy that for sure.
Yeah, and it's in the afternoon for East Coasters, so you should be able to check it out. It will also be, I'll put it on YouTube later in the day or maybe the next day. So if you want to be part of the replay crew, it'll be up there for you all too. So
We love our replay crew.
yeah,
Yes.
we do.
So, and speaking of our social medias,
Oh, yeah.
please feel free to follow us on Instagram at Go Swivl. You can also
Yeah.
follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel at
Yes, please do that.
youtube.com/Swivl. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when we do have our videos go up to our channel. And of
Yeah.
course, make sure to join us next week where we will be talking about our next Swivl strategy. Picture that word.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to get a jump on that, you're more than welcome to look at the Educator Hub that we talked about today to see all that entails.
Yeah, swivl.com/educator hub, downloadable lessons, so you can get started.
No, you're fine. As
Yeah.
Vince just pointed out there we go. We got the Educator Hub tab up for you. So please make sure that you are, opening that page, starring it, saving it to your website so you can get that going there. And with that being said, again, happy Star Wars Day, everyone out there. And what is your favorite Star Wars movie, character, story, or event? I'll get us started. I will say I've been a Luke Skywalker fan as long as I can remember. Empire Strikes Back is my favorite movie, but I would have to say my favorite story is the Thrawn trilogy from Legends. Highly recommended if you have never ever watched that or read those books. Vince, Oksana, Star Wars fans, what about you all?
I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I've seen the first three. But
I'm going to watch them. I promise.
Yeah.
I will, Kelvin. I'll do this.
Sorry.
Well, fine. What about you out there in cyberspace? Please post that into the comments as well or on our social media, especially Twitter. We'd like to see that on our Twitter page also. But with that being said, thank you all so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye.
Bye.